Okay, so guys, hi, I'm from the Midwest, so Minnesota, yeah, Midwest is really exciting. And when I was there in high school and everything, I grew up doing competitive figure skating. So I would do the, the turns and the spins and the jumps and stuff. And I really liked jumping more than I liked spinning. And so my friend, she'd always go, oh my God, you are like a Mexican jumping bean. And I'd be like, oh my God, you are offensive. Politically incorrect. So, no, the thing with people in the Midwest is that they always have the best intentions when they're saying things, but they just don't really string their words together in the right sequence. So, and I don't know if you guys know this, but people from the Midwest are thought to be kind of passive-aggressive. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So people know. And but for anyone that doesn't know, passive-aggressiveness, something that would be passive-aggressive. If like, no, it's really funny. Like if I came up with a joke or something that like called you guys out for like not laughing at my first joke hard enough, that would be passive-aggressive. So no one wants that, but no, my mom is actually the queen of being passive-aggressive. And I'm not saying she's mean, because my mom is like, she's so nice, she's a freaking angel, she's great, and I love her, but sometimes, all the time, she just doesn't know how to confront people with her words at all. She doesn't know how to use her words and confront people. So I have this funny story about my mom. When I was 16 and in high school, and probably just like got my license a few months ago or something, my mom was like, I'm going out of town with your aunt and uncle, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna have a party. So I like got every other 16-year-old that I knew together, and we all got really drunk in my mom's house. And yeah, woo! 16-year-olds drunk. It's a huge, exciting kind of thing. We smoked a lot of pot. It was great. And then the next day, we were like, wow, we feel like shit. Let's do it again. So we did that, and then it was coming to the close of the weekend, and I was like, everyone's helped me clean up. So we cleaned up, and we cleaned up everything, like every single last bottle cap, everything, and we brought it to a public dumpster. See, that's the key. We did not throw it away at my mom's place. We went to a public dumpster. I was like, I've got this one. I'm pulling the wool over my mom's eyes this time. I've got her fooled. So, and then I was home the day that she was coming back. I was home sitting on the porch just kind of waiting for her to get back, and I found this beer can behind the couch, and it was a crumpled up like 2008 summer brew Keystone beer can. Now I don't really know how they can make a summer brew for Keystone, because Keystone is already urine and water, so I don't know if they just added a citrus flavor or how that turned out, but I guess that's what we drank in 2008. So anyway, so I just thought, this is fine. I'll put it under my bed and never to think about it again. And so flash forward 2 months later, it's still the summer, and you guys gotta understand the top of my priorities at that time was, when am I gonna smoke pot next? So that was really that was top of my to-do list. So I was like, you guys, I had just jumped home from figure skating. And yeah. You guys thought that was a racist joke. It was literal. So I just jumped into my house, and my mom said, hey, how's it going? You know, I made your bed for you. And I was like, oh, thanks. I don't do my laundry anymore. Like, I'm 16 now. I'm an adult. So I went upstairs to change, and I was going to go out with some friends, go smoke pot. And then being as self-involved as I was looking at my phone, and I set my stuff down, and then I look up, and I see on my desk, sitting, is the beer can. And I'm like, yeah, you guys are ahead of me, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, there was just this beer can sitting there that was like representing all the anger and disappointment that my mom was feeling towards me. And it was just sitting there like half crumbled in like a shitty Keystone, like, and I looked at it, and then I went downstairs, and we never talked about it. Never talked about it. To this day, still haven't talked about it. So that's one example of how my mom can be a little passive-aggressive. Not use her words, but instead use beer cans. So then flash forward again to this past summer, I was home to do a play. I was home to do Shrek the Musical, which I think is just the most aptly named musical. It's just Shrek the Musical. Like, you know what you're getting into with that one. You know, there's going to be a green guy and Eddie Murphy. So, yeah, that was great. And so my mom said, she's like, I moved your dresser out of your room and, like, brought it to Goodwill or something, and brought up your brother's from downstairs because it was just a better dresser. And I was like, oh, cool. So then when I was unpacking, I was like looking, and there was stuff in the dresser, stuff that had been in the old dresser. And so I was like, some shorts, some shirts, and then I opened the top drawer, the sock drawer. The drawer that we put things that we don't want anyone to ever see, and our socks. And so I opened the top drawer, and in there, just sitting with a few pairs of socks, is in the top right corner some neatly stacked condoms, and in the top left corner, my bowl with like 6 other lighters, all in color coordination. I mean, you can say this, my mom doesn't use her words, but she is tidy. Yeah, so, yeah, and then I move some socks around, and what do I find but the beer? So, yeah, I start wondering, I'm like, and then I went downstairs, and we never talked about it. So I start wondering, I'm like, is this beer can just gonna like start resurfacing when I'm doing things that my mom doesn't want me to do? Like, am I gonna be like dating a guy she doesn't like, and he's gonna get down on one knee, and he's gonna open up his thing, and it's gonna be like, okay. It's gonna be my mom's way of like telling me without ever talking to me, ever, about anything. So I start wondering that, and yeah, I mean, maybe that would have been a good idea if that would have popped up around Halloween when I blacked out. Segues are weird. So Halloween this year, I went as a hula girl, and my date was a piece of pizza. We were Hawaiian pizza. Yes, I was very pleased with myself. And it was cool because it was kind of like a throwback to when I did the same costume but by myself the year before. Only this time I was just sitting in my apartment eating pizza and watching Lilo and Stitch wearing a leg. I still can't decide which year was better. It's a real toss-up. So yeah, and so I'm thinking, you know, what can I do next year? What can I do next year to really bring back the Hawaiian pizza, throw it back? And my prayers were answered when I looked at my Instagram feed, and as we all do, I'm sure you all do, follow Aziz Ansari. He actually Instagrammed a picture of himself with a Hawaiian pizza, and he said it was his favorite pizza. And I was like, oh my God, we have the same favorite pizza. We're meant to be. No, but so I was like, this is gonna be great. Next Halloween, I'll just be Aziz Ansari eating Hawaiian pizza, and everyone will totally get the pop culture reference. You'll all get it. So I didn't have to tell you. I know you guys. You're ahead of me. So anyway, so I would just be like, you know, dressed up as Aziz Ansari, and then like holding a pizza box, saying shit like, "Man, I love working with Amy Poehler." R. Kelly. Parks and Recreation. And then I would open the pizza box, and instead of having the pizza there, because I'm sure I already ate it, would be sitting there silently, and yet saying so much, the beer. Thanks guys.